Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here today. And today I was reading in Genesis, and I'm in chapter 13, and you'll notice that Abram and Lot have both become so wealthy, and they're so full of possessions and animals and livestock and people that the land that they're living in can't support both of them. And their herdsmen start to argue with each other. And so Abram, in his wisdom, says to Lot, look, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want the relationship to be hurt by this. So let's go our separate ways in order to preserve the relationship. And so he says to Lot, I will let you choose first. If you take your possessions and your livestock and you go to the east, I'll go to the west. And if you choose the west, I'll go to the east. But let's have peace, and let's peaceably go our own ways. So Lot looks out, and he looks to all the land, and he chooses what appears from a distance to be the very best of the land, the most prosperous, the most rich soil and fertile crops and growth. And I don't know actually if he chooses east or west, but we see in Genesis 13:12 that Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now, if you read verse 13, it says, now the men of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. So what appeared from a distance to be the best was actually right next door to some of the most sinful people to ever live on the planet, like ever. And then you see, if you skip ahead to Genesis 14:12, in the meantime, there's been a war, and all the people of Sodom had been carried away by another king. They've been captured. So Abram goes to save Lot and to bring them back from captivity. But it says Lot and his family, they had been living in Sodom. So first he lived next door to the most sinful people on the planet, and it wasn't long until he was actually living with them. So what does this mean for us? Well, I think it means you need to be careful who you associate with. I think we need to be really careful what we dip our toe into, because if we're not careful, we're going to move from being near something to being waist deep in it. And maybe that's not something you want for your life. I mean, alcoholism, my grandmother was an alcoholic, and the birth father of my children is an alcoholic. So I don't drink because I just don't want to play with that stronghold. And maybe you don't have a problem with it. That's fine for you, but just be careful, because what you are near could end up to be what you're actually living in. So here's my baby. She's a good girl. Thank you for being here. Have a great day.